Hi everyone. Today is the 19th of April 2018 here in New Zealand, and I want to wrap up this third phase of the Fathers to Be series for 24 to 36 weeks. We've been discussing some of the really practical skills, the hip lift, sit bone spread, positions, and directed breathing. So these are things we can feel and we know we're doing. They're pragmatic. So let's talk about the soft skills today and what are some of the issues that couples find when they're preparing for birth. One is it's often confusing whose role, who's doing what. Well, everybody knows that the woman's giving birth. However, when it comes to the role of the father, when I gave birth in 1970, he was called a birth coach. Now he's called a support. There's a midwife, a doula, obstetrician, staff. So where does this support person or coach fit? Well, actually where they fit is that they need to be the one to be skilled. So in this book, in the Birthing Better online course, it talks about the birth roles so that dads, particularly because this is a series about dads, really understand how they can use their skills working with their baby's mother throughout the birth of their baby. This is a unique role that nobody's going to interfere with. However, men and others have not been taught the skills to be effective in the role, and therefore they actually don't know how to step into this role. There's the birthing woman over here, no matter how she's giving birth, whether it's a cesarean or she's laboring, and here are the birth professionals. They're taking care of the birth. So where's the dad or the other? Their role, their number one role, is to help this birthing woman cope and manage so that she isn't overwhelmed and feeling passive and just weird. And if she's really coping well, the birth coach's role, the dad's role or other role, is to stay present so that if momentarily she's struggling with coping, that he or she can step in and help. So we're talking about the birth roles. Another thing that we're going to talk about in the Birthing Better online course, which, by the way, when we went online in 2000, it was a VHS, a cassette, and a book, and it was sent to you by the post, and now they're online courses. The next is teamwork. So remember, fathers and mothers developed all the Birthing Better skills, and they've been used in every birth. We know the skills work for every birth, but from 24 weeks to 36 weeks is where you prepare for birth. Look, we prepare for vacations, we prepare for weddings, we prepare for birthdays, we prepare for these things. But birth is an activity you have to do. So your preparation isn't so much about where or who or what. It's about how. How do we birth? And that's what Birthing Better skills are all about. It's the how to birth. And now it's the how to prepare to birth. And that's very important because once you've learned the skills beforehand, then you will use them as birth unfolds. Because there's no way to know what your birth's going to be like, but it unfolds. So therefore, when you have the skills, you will apply them to the task. So the teamwork book tells you all, gives you all the skills about developing simple teamwork between you and the birthing mother. That's really important so that you feel confident in your role as a vitally important member of that team. You are the father or other to this baby. You're always going to be a family, and a family works best as a team. So the third book that we're going to talk about in this is the communication skills. What Birthing Better families learned was one is there are two forms of communication, verbal and nonverbal. It's hard for women sometimes to talk during the birth, so they have to develop good nonverbal communication that you as a partner understand. Pushing your hand away tells you, get off me, but it never tells you when you can come back and engage. So the communication book is all about the skills to develop verbal and nonverbal communication. And the area that's often misguided for you as a father is what is the woman thinking? Now, women in birth are always thinking, but when they have skills, they can think very negative thoughts and still apply those skills. You may not know what she's thinking, but you have to learn how you can see and hear whether she's coping well, no matter how she's thinking, and how you can help her continue to cope well. So we're going to put on the link to this video the Udemy Pregnancy Academy course for this phase, and also the link to the Birthing Better online courses. So just share this with everyone. It's very important that we grow skilled birthing families for all births, no matter the situation. That's what our trust does, because we hold all the content that mothers and fathers developed. So see you tomorrow, guys. We're going to talk about 36 weeks to the birth.